Hi, my name's Lost Ninja. You're watching Lost Ninja Plays Eskatologist Modpack version 3.1.2. I've got no in-game sound, have I? Oh, yes, I have got in-game sound. Right. I have just returned from my void world. I managed to get the server running. It was the crash was caused by a ticking tile entity, which was basically, if you remember, I put a ender tether or something in here, which to stop the Enderman teleporting, and that was what's causing the crash. At the moment, I no longer have that. At the moment, it should be there, and it's gone. I had to edit the world in the MC edit, whatever it's called, to get rid of it. And I also had to move myself to the overworld to in the program. I've done a couple of things. I've replaced this. This will go. This is just to stop things spawning there for now. I have an idea as to how I'm going to achieve that. It's not the easiest of things to do, but it should work, providing I can find the power for it. And that's going to be my issue. There is a block from RF Tools, which I can't remember the name of. Yeah, I've got it open there. So it's the environmental control. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll turn that off. Yes, I have tried it out. It worked. So I want to find out what it is, basically. So environmental controller. It's not cheap. I should have all of that. And we also need to make one of those. No teleport module. I am not certain how well this will work. And I need to get Enderman essence to start with. But that glass bottle, it should be alright. But I also need to then make power in the thingy world. Now, to do that, well, not to make power in the thingy world, in the void world, we need to use a flux plug and a flux point. Receives energy, sends energy. So one of those is flux core, flux. So I'm going to need endstone. I only need. You get 4 flux cores, so I need 8 flux cores, I would imagine. 4 for that and 4 for that. And there are other things. There's a flux controller, flux storage, Herculean. Wow. It doesn't tell me how much it actually stores. But, ooh. Oh, right, handheld filler. I hadn't realised this. I thought this was something from another mod. If you remember, early on, I was talking about a way to fill holes in, and there was a filler from Buildcraft and a couple of other things. In the end, I did it by hand with. So basically, under here, there is a layer. I'll show you. I don't know how far down. Yeah, basically. The hole that was here, that originally was full of water, before I put this wall in, has a... It's full of... let's go to sleep. It's full of cobblestone. And I put it down using the building tool things and lots of cobblestone, which I'm not short of. In fact, 367... We've got double compressed 5 times 64. Oh, that's why, because we've moved them all up there, didn't we? I have a lot of cobblestone now. Anyway, so yeah, I did all that, and Right, so I've got a couple of things I need to do, I need to achieve. I need to make my power storage, this thing here, it needs to have more storage in it. Don't think I can afford... I'll tell you what we'll do. The first thing we'll do is we will make the... one of those... Did I get one? Yeah, one of those. One of those. One of those. Oh no, not one of those. One of those, right. So, I can't remember what it was called now. I know it was in RF Tools though. It's, oh, environmental. EnderIO, there we go. 4 ender pearls and a machine frame. Machine frame is... Right, so I need some of that. So, no, some of that. Some of that, some of that. I think. Well, I'll get one for now. You can empower it, but I haven't changed the empowerment recipe yet. Basically, RF tools by default, when you get, well, not so much when you install it, when you look at RF tools, you've got RF tools, RF dimensions, and RF control. And there's a couple of other mods as well that work around it, but those are the 3 big ones. And they're really good mods. I really like them. So you've got those 3. RF. Well, I'll show you what. If you look at this here, control the environment around you with various modules. There are modules for things like regeneration and speed, etc. And then you've got an infusing bonus, right? Well, the infusing bonus is used. There's a machine called an infuser. I forget where it's actually called. I forget not so much where it's actually called, but how you actually make it or anything. Pardon me. Spawner. Oh, there's loads of stuff in here. I really like this mod. It's not the easiest thing to do, and the fact is, right, so if I had the dimensions bit in, which I don't, it's a similar idea to Mistcraft dimensions. It's what, if you watch any of the big streamers, people who aren't me, sort of thing, playing Modpacks, they'll use it to make, like, diamond ore dimensions and dragon dimensions and stuff. So it's, in that way, it's like Mistcraft. So you basically you can get a type of block or a type of mob, and you populate a dimension with it. And I haven't got that, and I very consciously, right, I've got one extra dimension which is not added by another mod, which is the Void World mod, and that's so I can have a Void World as well. And basically what you can do is you can get these dimensional shards, which appear in the world gen of dimensions you make, so especially dimensions that have no they don't have an overall theme, sort of thing. So a diamond ore dimension isn't going to have dimensional shards in it, but a new overworld dimension should have. Okay, so you get that, and then you can infuse that into your other machines, and whatever you do to infuse it. So that for the matter transmitter, you reduce power consumption, increase teleportation speed. The dialing device reduce power consumption and stuff. So in theory, I can do it with the environmental control, which reduces power consumption. However, because I have no access to the this ore, which is dimensional shard ore, I might be able to pick it up in the end. It's possible. I don't think so, though. I think it's got to be in a thing. Anyway, I can craft it, but it's quite an expensive crafting process. I've got all of that except the prismarine shards. I could get that, but yeah, it's not something I'm going to be doing a lot of. Yet. Might do it eventually. What I'd like to do is I'd like to change this crafting recipe to make either remove this crafting recipe and then add a new one which produces a lot, like 64. Right. Yeah, so I think this is too expensive a recipe to produce only 8 shards, particularly as to fully empower a machine you need way more than 8 shards. Yeah, so to get a machine fully enchanted, you might need 3 stacks of shards, which is extreme. So yeah, so we'll see about that. So anyway, let's get the let's get that. Oh, I thought I got. Oh, because I know what I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Environmental controller, please. Where are you? Lost you again. There we go. Basically, when I was sorting out the Enderman area, I've got some extra Ender Pearls, mostly from Enderman taking enough full damage to die. Apparently, it's 45 blocks they need to be to fall. They need to fall. Yeah, they need to fall 45 blocks to kill them with full damage. And I'm only like 23 blocks, and I'm not prepared to rebuild the whole thing at the moment. I might do eventually, but not yet. And I also need the no spawn one. Oh, I don't need Endervent, but it does need the syringe. Now, we have a spare bottle there. In fact, we'll get both of those. Because there's also a thing called a spawner. I don't know what the boost is. Alright, the spawner is there. And basically what you do with the spawner, you need a syringe of the appropriate type, RF power, and it also needs beams of energized matter. Can't remember what the energized matter, how you get the energized matter. Oh, there we go. This block converts matter into a beam of energy. It can then send that beam to the connected spawner by using a wrench. So for sake of argument, say I've got a spawner and I want to put a zombie spawner in it. Yeah, there will be a list of. So I put the syringe of with zombie essence into the spawner, and then I need to fire matter in from one of these matter things, matter cannon or whatever, matter beamer, and it will let me input the required matter for it. So for a zombie, it might be something like rotten flesh and redstone or something. I don't mind. Yeah. And then it will spawn zombies out of it. I don't know what it is, to be honest. I think it's things like wheat and stuff. Might make a book, actually. A book with redstone on it. So I'll get let's just grab all the books. I'm going to put all the books into a one of these. That one there will do nicely. Or I might move it, swap it with one of those. Particularly the one that now is empty. So anyway, let's get the book and I can have a look at these things a bit more. Yeah, this is good system. Spawner system. Full syringe of the mob that you want to spawn. In the spawner UI, you can see what other items you need to spawn the creature of this type. To get the material into spawn, that's not cheap either. If you then give the spawner and beams power, they should start to work. Note that the spawner creature needs 3 types of material, so I recommended use 3 beamers, as then you can dedicate every material to every laser. Each material to each laser. I don't know. It didn't pass well. The beamer needs redstone signal before it starts. Infused beamer greatly increases the speed with which it can beam matter, and thus the spawning rate. The leaf block in the spawner GUI indicates any type of living material: meat, wheat, seeds. Some like types of living material give a bigger bonus. And then we've got a builder. Oh, there's loads of stuff in here. Let's just have a look at infusing. It probably explains it better than I can. No. I can't see anything about the infuser. Oh well, it doesn't matter so much at the moment. We'll just store that away for now. Right, so got the books out. Let's get ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll make 2 syringes because why not? Well, my best thing would be to use this system that I'm working on to build a oh no, wrong place. There we go. Oh, gives you wool, and the bed absorbs. Right, so use the system I'm working on to create a I've just realised I've forgotten the blocks. Because they're part of the draw system. I put the back into the draw system when I was putting everything away. I didn't mean to do that. What I will need is that. Oh no, not that. What am I doing? Not that. That. Right. Okie dokie. What I need to do is get in here, and first of all, we need to bung up that hole. Right, the plan is to completely make a mess of everything. Pop that there, and then we'll put the environmental controller there. Okay, so we can set the radius, bring the radius way down, because it only needs to cover this little area here, which eventually is going to have things to kill Endermen on. So they don't. I don't want to be in a position where I have to kill them, because they hurt. So I changed out the conveyors. I had a crash, client crash from. Ooh, there's Ender babies as well. I didn't know that. Yeah, so I had a client crash when I tried to break the other conveyor in here. So yeah, I'm sort of quite glad about not having to. Ah, shit. Ah. Nothing I can do about it. I'm dead. I didn't know that would happen. Nothing I can do about it. I'm dead. I survived! Dear me. How far must I have fallen then? Right, let's put that next to that. So we'll go and... I'd forgotten they can teleport you. And I wasn't expecting them to teleport me out of the thing altogether. Tell you what we'll do, before we go any further, we will eat something. One of those will do. This is going to be fun. Dear. Dear, dear, dear. Oh, is that full now? 100%. Right. I wanted to fill that one up as well, didn't I? Well, there is a wand, apparently. I don't know if I can make it. It doesn't look like it's there. Freezing wand. It's got no recipe. Yeah, you can. If I had that wand, I could freeze the mob, get all of the essence from it I wanted, and then we'd be sorted. Can't wait. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to work out how to get off here. I'm going to go and do the rest of my plan before trying to fill up the other syringe. Because once I get the thing that limits teleporting, pardon me, I shouldn't have to worry about the mob teleporting me around. Because that's just horrible. Really, really quite unpleasant. Okay, so we need 2 more of that. I got quite a lot more of that when I was... I can't remember what the other option was. An ink and 2 blue things. Should have some ink. There we go, ink. Okay, so that's that bit done, but I'm not finished yet. This is the problem. I think the next thing to do would be to use. Have we got any? One iron sword there. Have we got any more iron swords? We've got one more iron sword. I need a load more iron swords though. Let me just put these away. So the next thing to make, apart from a mess, I don't need those ender pearls on me at the moment. I'll put them in there for now. Well, first things first, I want the flux thing. So I need to throw what was it? Redstone in fire or lava. That just strikes me as a foolish thing to be doing, but what it says. No. Alright, we should have somewhere some of that. We'll do that outside because I don't know if you do that or not. It's not right. I ought to put a clock over my bed so I can see whether I'm going to sleep at the right time or not. Right. Yeah. So I'll put this outside because I don't want to set my house on fire, sort of thing. Right. And we'll get a stack of redstone. So we've got plenty of redstone. That works fine. And it's a heck of a lot better than doing. It's a heck of a lot better than this thing. Not that I have any real issue with this thing. It's just that was better, I think. Right. So I want to make flux cores, which are more obsidian, more eye of ender. So I'm giving 2 of those. So flux plug requires 4 plus a flux block, which requires 4. That's 2. And the flux point requires 4. So I need 3. I need to make 3. I'll make 4 of those then. So if we get Eye of Ender, 4, and 4. Okay. And some obsidian. Luckily I've got some obsidian. Try that again. I'm sick of that. I like the sheep. It's a great way of not dying when you fall from great height. But I wish you'd stop putting bloody wool in my inventory. Bad enough getting string from the spider. Just annoying. Right, so let's make 4 of those. Which gives me 16 of those. I need to make 1 of those. And then I want to make a flux plug, which sends energy. I want to make a flux point, which receives energy. In fact, let's make another one of those. Receiving energy is more useful than sending it, certainly. Okay, now I need to work out how to get that to access the rest of my power network system thingy-majig. And I haven't got any. Okay, I think the next thing to do then would be I need to make some more of the actual additions blocks to actually store and stuff my power. So I want to make 2, 3, 4 more of those. Not 4 more of those, but I mean 4 more craft recipes. Right. Right, so just close everything down for that. And we'll get a stack of that. Stack of that. We should have everything else there. I also need to make. I'm going to make 3 of the energizers and 3 of the innovators. I'll make those first. No, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. I've only got 8 of those coils though. Now I know what it is. I need, let's see, I need some of that. So I'm going to make 64 of these basic coils, which means I need more redstone to live with that. 2 more stacks of redstone. Wow. Right, so let's see. And then I'm going to split half of them off to make into those. And then I'm going to go find some more gold. Very short of stuff, aren't we? Right, so what's that? Player probe. Right, so the next thing I need to make is an energizer. Iron casing, so I need black quartz, iron and sticks. So I get 16 of those. Oh, I'll tell you, I might have some in there already, mightn't we? But we don't. Okay, so what did I say? I was going to make 3 of these. I think I'll make 4 of them, actually. No. Okay. And now I need to make some batteries. I'm going to make up to... Right, so batteries. And I'm going to rearrange how the batteries I've got downstairs work. So single battery is... Oh, I need lots of inori. I ain't got enough inori. Luckily, I'm not going to need gold for this. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that'll do. One, two, 3, 4. Okay. Three. 4. Right, the next step I need... I've got empowered in already there. Let's go and get another 4, 8 of those? 4 of those. 3, 4. Yeah, we'll do 8. What the heck? Not certain why I got a whole stack of those out, but anyway, yeah. Right, for the next step, then I need 8 snow. 1, 2, 3. 8 snow. 8 cobblestone. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need some grey dye, and I need 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the stone we turn into buttons. I don't know if we've got any grey dye or not, but if we haven't, we've got grey dye, so that's alright. We'll just do straight to 8 of those. Right. So now I think we'll go downstairs and we'll try and sort out these things. Oh, I know why we got that out. Because we want to make some of the later things. Already, I can't remember how they work. Right, so I want more Estonia and more advanced coils. I've got the advanced coils. I've got the Estonia. That's what I wanted to make, 4 of them. Oh, just out of interest, what's the crafting for that? I need more empowered Inori, which I'm making at the moment. Hang on, though. Have we got one of these books lying around? I thought we had, but it looks like we might not. Well, the thing is, you get them. The first thing you make, you get one of these books. But I can't find my book. Only sleep at night. Looks like night to me. So I've got to craft a book, which shouldn't be that hard. Canola seeds, which I have none of. Good start. I might have. There we go. Canola seeds and a book. Strangely. Canola seeds. Huh? What? Oh, and paper, not a book. Right. I probably actually got some paper somewhere, but... Oh, how about that? It'll work. Right, what was I looking for? Oh yeah. Oh, laser transport. There we go. The one I'm actually wanting to make is the second one. Right. When placing a power generator or receive next to the relay, it can receive power from any other relay in the network and send power to any other relay as well. During energy transfer, they have a slight energy loss, but nothing to worry about, especially because it's per transfer, so it doesn't matter how many lasers are in between 2 machines. The loss will always be the same amount. There are 3 tiers of energy laser. They have different maximum amounts of energy to be transferred through them in one tick. The energy caps are in order 1,000, 10,000 or 100,000. And you get a higher energy loss per tier. Right, so if I'm going to do it, I want to replace... yeah, so if I'm going to upgrade to the advanced energy laser tier, yeah, I need to do it for every single laser I'm using. Otherwise, they're limited to 10,000. There's no point in doing it if you're doing that. On the other hand, if we go downstairs, on the other hand, if we could put this lot, although to be fair, I've got none of that left anyway, and nothing in any of them, so I'm pretty much reliant on the solar panels now. Right then, so let's get rid of all this. Well, I'm not using it, and I haven't planted any more trees to grow more. I think I might put something similar back in at some point to... Right, so that should still be getting stuff coming down from the solar panels. That's good. Oh, I did have some charcoal in there. Oh well. Part of the problem is I want to also set this up so that... we're full. Right. Okay, so this one needs to come off there. This one also needs to come off there, and I need to realign all these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that one. Drained itself that quickly? Ouch. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. And that is my... Oh, and I'm going to put another one there. So basically all of these... Oh, actually, no, I want to do it like that. I'm going to do it like that. Yeah. And then I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These should... this is going to be annoying. I want to do that one to there. And that's going up, that's good. That one to there. They don't matter at the moment because they're not actually... But what I'm thinking is I can do part of the system as low power and part of the system as high power. And the interconnection is in the where the batteries go in. Okay, and then this one is the one I use to connect up to these. Okay. During daylight I've got plenty of power, so that's not an issue at all. Okay. Let us... Oh, that's why that battery was out of power. It was charging all of these batteries. Let's do that next. Oh, wait. Stuff for the other dimension. That one. Those. Put that away, that away, that away. And in here we should have some empowered crystals. Right then. Okay, so now we want to turn all of these batteries into... Oh, I know what I need. I need those out again. So that takes me up to a triple battery, triple battery, triple battery, triple battery, and then quadruple battery, quadruple battery, quadruple battery, and last but not least, quadruple battery. So that's 4 million RF, or CF they call it, isn't it? Being stored. In theory. So that should keep me going for a while. The thing is, I mean, when I'm in the void world using the system, in theory, alright, I want to put that down next. In theory, I shouldn't have too much issue with anything. I'm not certain how well this will work, because I don't know how the two systems work together. That does not seem to be connecting to it, does it? Network selection, network connections, statistics, network. Create new network. Lost Ninjas network. Create. Home, flux plug. So what we'll do is we'll call it Home Sweet Home Input. Network selections, right. Network connections. Right, statistics doesn't say. Allowed players, I don't need to worry about that one. Oh, I've got a connection now, right. So let's grab that again. And make a connection between those two. The maximum it can pull out is 10,000. So let's go to our void world next. I need to wash my eyes out. Some days I wish I could just pull my eyeballs out, wash them, and shove them back in again. And other days, I'm glad I can't. Oh, don't tell me I left those things behind. Don't think I did. Did I put them in there? That's alright. Okay, so first things first, we'll go into there and place that in. I'm not certain how these work. I mean, I know how they work in that way. So it's now got a thing, and that's got power. Hostile and passive mobs. Host. Passive. All mobs and players need more power. But I don't need it that large, do I really? Let's do it at 10. Thing is, it doesn't tell me how much power it takes. Yeah, let's open manual. What does that do? Oh, right. So, height 30 to 70. What height are we on? We're on 64. So let's take that up to 64, 84. So that's 20 up. And we'll have that at 60. That's 40, 24. Let's take that down to 64. Let's make it 70, but make that 60. It's only to stop the ones here teleporting around, and hopefully me. Right, that no longer appears to be getting. Or it is, but it's using too much power up. Right, let's put that onto. That's still using a lot of power. Well, oh. Put one on there. Let's go back to the overworld. I think it's because it's just got dark. So I need to go to the overworld, change it to daytime, and then I should have enough power coming in to. I hope. Yeah, that's the problem. It's dark. So if we go to, we're just going to look at the batteries. Batteries are all empty. Thank God I'm not using the power supply to contain withers or something. I'm going to find a bigger battery that's a bit more usable. Alright, so let's go back over here. Let's see how that thing's working now that it's daylight. Oh, well, that's not so bad. Right then, oh, what we're going to do, we're going to change it from hostile to all. Still not too bad, right. Right, that worked. I thought that worked quite well. I think what I will want to do though is I want to put a lever next to it. What I'll do is place. Get that out of the way. I haven't got a lever on me, but at the same time I don't want to leave that open so that I can use it. They can use it as a place to jump to if they ever get to the point of doing so. Right. So we will get another block and... Right, I definitely don't have a lever on me, do I? No. I don't think that putting 2 on there actually makes it work any better. Might do, but I'm not pulling enough power out for it to make a real difference. Okie dokie. So, now I need to go make 9, that's 18 iron swords. Sorry, 16 iron swords. So that's 16 of those. I better check that this is actually, I might need more than that. Mob grinder. So basically I'm going to make 9 of those. I need 3 iron swords per, so I actually need to make 27 minus 2, so 25 iron swords. Ouch. Oh, I'm not going to need that many. There we go. Right, let's pop some of this stuff away so I can actually manipulate my inventory again. Alright, and the block of iron. Ouch. So I need 9 blocks of iron. Well, I've done this before, so I know it works. Just out of interest. No, didn't think it would, but... Right, so that's that done. Now I need to make one of those with obsidian, a hopper, and then I have ender. Might have a spare hopper, but I don't. And I better take... I've never seen that one before. I'm not certain what that does, to be honest. I better take some singularity tanks, which are iron plus block any glass. Well, I've got block any glass somewhere, haven't I? Clear glass. Clear glass. Right. Iron again. Right. Yeah, and... Oh, sorry. Fluids. I also probably want to take a... let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. One of those. Right, back to the... oh, we do that. We want the... some of those as well. There we go. Okay, so... I mean, you look how much damage that does to me. Yeah, so anything they... oh, I forgot to bring a lever, bugger. Right. So basically, that is... the layer above is there, isn't it? Yeah. So if we put that there and put the chest bit... well, it's not chest, is it? Small storage crate. Put the small storage crate there. That is never eat shredded wheat. So wheat, we want it west. Items. So it should output items that way. And it does. Excellent. That's north, so we put output fluids north. What I'll probably do is make a retrieval node of that and use a fifth one of those to pull from all of them, so that I can Wow. This is going to be epic when it's done. Right. Well, no, this is the thing, you see. So if we go back up here, the size of the room I've got, what's to stop me from putting blaze spawners or whatever else spawns in here? Obviously I don't want to fall off that edge myself. That is so cool. And I can get out. Oh, I should be able to get out. Yeah, I can get out. Right, this can all come out. Hopefully. And then I'll delete them because they're spawned in. I actually did it with the MC edit. It was just literally to stop the mobs from spawning on the roof, and that was it. Not spawning, teleporting to the roof. That's the only way I could think of doing it, until I had investigated all the options. Now that I have, I know what the solution was. The other thing I would like to do is put... no. Right. No, I don't want to do. I do want to do that because I want to take this top layer off as well. Just before I do that, I'll stand on that so it doesn't. No, it's not going to work. Right. This should be a single layer of the bottom half blocks. Leaving it as I was about to leave, it would mean that the mobs could spawn on the roof. Which I most definitely did not want. Oh no. Tired. Oh, it's going to take weeks doing it like this. And because of the source, I'm not going to keep them once I've done it, so we'll do it the other way. Um, 44. There we go. Right. Well, the reason I did it like that is because I didn't cheat so much because I use an outside editor. I don't consider that cheating. But yeah, I didn't do it legitimately. So I wanted to make sure that I in future did do it legitimately. Right. Put that there. That's 1, 2. Yeah, do one more. Okay, I mean, look, I've got, what? A little bit of a tank already. Oh my god! Right, yeah, so that is an unqualified success. Plenty of ender pearls to use in other projects now. And I can go back and get more whenever I feel like it, basically. It does mean I've got to stand there and let it happen. It won't do it if I'm not around. Even if I chunk load it, it won't do it when I'm not around. It does mean I've got another one of those somehow. Oh, what quite what causes that? And let us do that. That is pretty epic. But that's damned epic, to be fair. 95 ender pearls. Cool. Don't need them anymore, do I? Okay. So really the next thing would be to work toward having better power generation. And I think the only way I'm going to be able to do that is with lava still. Let's just have a quick look at the simple generators again. Let's see, we've got furnace generator, ender generator. They use ender pearls to do it. That might be a... I'm guessing they all use dragon breaths as the other tiers, don't they? Culinary generator, I'm never going to get that one going. Nether star generator, I might get it going, but come on, nether stars. I'm not going to get a lot of those going until I've got more gold. Right, let us have another look at RF tools. Because there are things known as quarries in RF tools. Oh, there's the machine infuser. So, right, space chamber corner block. Oh, I've gone well over an hour. I'm going. I don't know what space chamber is. It's block one of the 8 corners of an area of space you want to copy, move elsewhere. I don't need that then. Build a block. This block can quarry areas, pump liquids, move, copy, swap structures, collect items and XP, move entities, build structures, infusing item, power consumption and speed. Support block. Right. I've used this before, but I'm not 100% certain how everything works. Basically, I need one of these, whichever is the cheapest to run. RF per 300 RF tick per block. And I can do a 512 by 512 by 256. Clearing quarry. This item will cause the builder to quarry all blocks in the configured space, and it doesn't replace them with thing, and it's going to cost 300 RF per tick, and it's not a desperately difficult thing to produce, and I would need to make one of those plus one of those. So I mean, 2 of those, one of which needs to be turned into that. From recollection, you define. In fact, I might need to make 2 of those. I will go and check this in a thingy world, at some point in the not too distant future. So I'm not altogether certain how that works. But yeah, basically what you do is you define the corner where you're placing the builder. You define another corner. It might be 2 other corners. Put a builder down next to it, supply it with power, and it quarries, rather like the Buildcraft quarry, although from recollection it was faster, providing it's not enough power. I've got to find out about dimensional shards without the dimensional thingy. And I want to have a look at the... Somewhere in here there's some batteries. Don't know where though. Power cells maybe? Oh, it's got crafters as well, I didn't know about those. Where are the batteries? They're not batteries. Oh, there we are, power cells. Advanced power cell can can store 4 million RF. Infused diamond. Oh, hell. So to make it, I'd need to make those. That's expensive then. So we will leave that one for now. Might get to it eventually, but for now, no. Okay, so that's the end of that episode. Next episode, pretty much, I'm going to have to work on power. There's very little else that I need now. Prior to getting into more complex areas of the game. I might actually go and stand in the thingy world and let what's its spawn. The only problem is if I can't fix it to daylight. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm going to end this episode here. I'll be back with episode 29 in, I don't know, an hour or so maybe. I've got to test some stuff out before I actually get on with it. And I might do some mining as well. In fact, I probably will do some mining. I desperately need to find some gold. And iron would be useful. Oh, hang on. Yeah, no, I need a lot of iron and gold. And diamonds. Yeah, right. So, until that point, I will say cheerio.